They found her. Maria. Maria.
Dom.
Oh no. 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 No, baby. No. What did they do to you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Maria. I tried to find you. God, I did. Please, no. Maria. God damn it, it's me, Dominic. It's Dominic. Marcus, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man.
No. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Maria. I love you so much.
Yo, what's going on guys, it's Abz here and welcome back to another Gears of War 10 facts video. So in today's video I'm going to be giving you 10 facts about Dominic Santiago. So this is episode 9 in the series and you guys did vote for Dominic Santiago to be in this episode. So as always, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for everything Gears of War related. And yeah, so Dominic Santiago, so when it comes to Dom, he is one of the best characters in Gears of War history, but not just that, he is one of the best characters in video games history. What a character, and what character development he had during the original trilogy, which was Gears of War 1, 2 and 3. He went through such a journey and we all experienced it with him, and honestly it makes me sad talking about Dom. So without further ado, let's jump into 10 facts about Dominic Santiago. So for fact number 1, I'm going to be talking about Dom from the beginning of his timeline, as far as we know anyway. So Dom was the younger brother of Carlos Santiago and he was the son of Eduardo Santiago and Eva Santiago in Tyrus. And he was born during the 60th year of the Pendulum Wars, where he was born in 21 BE, so 21 years before Emergence Day. Born in a pre-E-Day era, he grew up listening to his father's war stories and going to school with Carlos and best friend Marcus Fenix. So when Dom was about 8 years old, Carlos met and became friends with Marcus Fenix, and Dom became friends with Marcus as well. One day the Santiagos and Marcus were having dinner, but the dinner was interrupted when the phone rang. And Eva, so Dom's mum, told Marcus that his father had called Adam Fenix. Dom learned that Marcus's mum had gone missing and Marcus's father came to pick him up. Dom and Carlos were worried about him and Marcus didn't show up to school for a day. But when Marcus finally did show up, the three of them talked after school and Marcus told them that he didn't think his mum was coming back and that his father was not telling him everything about her disappearance. So this led to a rift between Marcus and his dad, so therefore Marcus began spending more time with Dom and his family. And as a result, Marcus, Dom and Carlos were so close, and Dom and Carlos, they basically considered Marcus to be their brother. So it just shows you Marcus and Dom, they were there for each other since the beginning, since they were little kids. Fact number 2, Dom had began dating Maria but accidentally got her pregnant. They decided to tell their parents and get married. Dom also decided that Carlos, who had recently joined the army, would be his best man and decided to learn from his example on how to do things. Several months later, Dom and Maria got married and Marcus had joined the army as well. Dom and Maria talked about their options and he decided to drop out of school and join the army as well in order to support Maria and the baby. And then after the wedding ceremony, Dom told Carlos about his decision, which worried Carlos, but Carlos acknowledged that it had only been a matter of time before Dom joined the army as well. Shortly after, Maria gave birth to a baby boy, which they named Dominic Santiago, and then Dom dropped out of school and joined the army. So a year later, Dom had fought in several battles, becoming an experienced gear, and Maria became pregnant again. Dom volunteered for commando training and was assigned to the 26th Royal Tyrant Infantry Special Tactics Group, and he realised how much he loved being a gear and a family man. He was put into a commando training group with his friend Private George Timiu, and they and several other commando trainees were taught survival techniques by Sergeant Bernadette Bataki at the Pomeroy Barracks. So fact number 3, let's talk about Operation Leveler. So Dom took part in Operation Leveler, fighting with the Commandos and Hoffman and helping to take over Asphalt Point. During the extraction, the Marlins Dom and the others were on came under attack by 2 Chimeras, and Dom helped shoot down one and worked to get as many survivors from the sinking Marlin into the other one as possible, until Bai Tak shoved Dom in, saying Dom had kids to think about. This action ultimately cost Bai Tak his life. Afterwards, Dom reunited with Marcus, who survived as well, but learned that Carlos had been killed in the battle. For his actions, Dom was awarded the Embry Star and encouraged the budding relationship between Marcus and Anya Stroud. So man, Dom actually lost his brother in the Pendulum Wars. But Dom was actually known for his outright loyalty to his friend, and some feared in the COG High Command that this loyalty conflicts with loyalty to the COG. During the raid at Asphalt Point, Dom was horrified, and after the Battle of Asphalt Fields and the death of his brother, Dom made a promise to himself that he would make sure that he never loses his loved ones. Fact number 4. After the end of the Pendulum Wars, Dom and Maria rented their first house. One day, Maria sent the kids to her mother's so that they can have a day to themselves. Unfortunately, this day happened to be Emergence Day. On that day, Maria's parents were killed along with Benedicto and Sylvia, so both of their children. Both Dom and Maria were able to evacuate back to their house in Jacinto while the Locust attacked the city. However, Maria was pushed over the edge of major depression with the loss of her children, her new life destroyed, and Dom's constant presence on the front line. 1 year after Emergence Day, Dom and Maria continued to live their lives. Dom spent much of his time fighting the Locust, while Maria was prescribed with antidepressants and stayed at home. She sobbed about her children and would still clean their rooms and go out for walks, believing the kids are still alive. Even during the hammer strikes, she wanted to go out. She blocked out the truth about her children, and Dom became upset with her denial. One day, Dom didn't find Maria at the house. Adam Fenix had her escorted to the Fenix estate for her own safety a couple of days before the planned hammer strike on Sarah. And then 4 years after Emergence Day, after the years of grief and depression, Maria left Jacinto and vanished, devastating Dom. This, along with the loss of his parents and children on E-Day, made the war with the Locust deeply personal for Dom. So, not only did he lose his brother in the Pendulum Wars, but then Emergence Day took place. and he lost his parents, he lost his children. Maria, she became so depressed. At least he still had his wife, but then his wife vanished. So imagine that was how hard it was for Dom, and it's making me sad just thinking about it. Fact number 5. About 10 years after Emergence Day, Dom testified in Marcus's favour during his trial when Marcus was charged for dereliction of duty in the face of danger and was sentenced to death. Dom saved his friend from execution by testifying that day, but Marcus still went to the Jacinto maximum security prison, which is known as the Slab. But as a result of his testimony, Dom lost the trust of many people and cost him the chance of being promoted by his superiors because they believed he had more loyalty to Marcus than he did to the COG. But a lot of people did respect him for not abandoning his friend as well. And years later, Dom actually freed Marcus from the Jacinto maximum security prison and recruited Marcus into Delta Squad, which you saw at the start of Gears of War 1. Dom's battlefield intensity is rivaled only by his loyalty to Marcus, and Dom's friendly and outgoing nature lets him form relationships with factions throughout Sierra, including the Stranded. Dom's always quick with a joke, but Dom's amiability masks an inner conflict that makes the war against the Locust far more personal. So, you know, Dom was always nice and he was quick with a joke, but that was masked behind what he was actually feeling inside. You know, he was suffering so much. Fact number 6. When Marcus and Dom went to the New Hope research facility, Dom and Marcus reconned the buildings. There they discovered the sires and clues that led them to Mount Kadar, where they re-entered the Hollow. Upon entering, they found Chaps and his group of Stranded, who were surprised by their appearance. Dom actually recognized Chaps for helping them in Afera and showed him a picture of Maria. Chaps immediately recognized Maria as part of Stu's group, but they were captured. Despite this, Chaps told them the location of the work camps. Dom immediately set off to rescue his wife. Marcus initially objects to this, wanting to continue on with their mission, but Dom convinces him to help after reminding him he did exactly the same thing for his father. So Dom said to Marcus, look, after what you did for your father, I thought you'd understand. And he said obviously Maria's everything he's been fighting for, so Marcus had to join him. So Dom and Marcus infiltrated the camp and began searching for Maria on the local database, finding her in one of the storage sections. As they reached the storage section, the Locust discovered them, so Dom and Marcus fought them off while Jack opened the pod. After the Locust were cleared, Jack opens the pod and Dom believes that his wife is in perfect health. However, he quickly recovers from this and comes to see Maria is malnourished, scarred, and has been mentally and physically broken from the torture of the work camps and the deaths of her 2 children. Dom desperately tries to remind Maria who he is, but all she can do is gaze emptily at him, showing absolutely no recognition of who Dom is. Devastated, Dom decides to euthanize her, telling Maria how sorry he is that he couldn't find her in time and how much he loved her. Marcus walks away and in the distance he hears a gunshot, and then Dom later appears and Marcus apologizes for his loss as well. Man, that scene just still gets me to this day. It still gets me to this day. Just imagine losing your loved one and just seeing them one day and they can't even recognize you. Just imagine that. That is absolutely crazy. And it's so heartbreaking. So obviously Maria's death had a big impact on Dom, so after he was forced to euthanize his wife during Operation Hollow Storm, Dom became more withdrawn from his squad mates, but he continued to fight hard alongside them during the Stranded insurgency and Lambent pandemic. In memory of his wife, Dom had his Maria tattoo reworked to add an angel. He also had grown a beard and accept death without a thought. Dr. Heyman noted that he was suffering from psychological issues and he believed someone should watch Dom. So after the death of Maria and their children as well, Dom did begin to have physical and mental troubles, and he was unable to accept closure, which many people around him noticed as well, and he generally withdrew himself from the company of others and he took on gardening as a hobby. So after the events that took place where Dom lost his wife, he wasn't the same again, and that's the bottom line, he was not the same again. Fact number 7, following the dissolution of the COG, Dom decided to stay with Marcus and some of the others on the CNV Sovereign, where he began growing crops to help the ship's crew feed themselves. So later in the Gears of War 3 campaign, where Delta 1 went to Mercy in order to find some fuel where Dom recommended, as he didn't know the area, as it was Maria's hometown. So as Delta 1 reunited with Dizzy and Jace, they came under attack by a massive amount of Locust, and then Lambent forces joined as well. And Dom saw that they were about to be overrun, you know, there were so many of them, and Dom realised that they couldn't hold them all off. So what Dom did was he took a truck and drove it into the tunnel, telling Marcus, Sam and Anya to jump off the building they were on. He drove the truck back through the tunnel, telling Maria that he never thought it would end like this. Dom, driving the truck full speed, rammed the tanker into the fueling depot, causing a massive explosion which killed himself and all enemy forces. His body was left in the fire as Delta escaped, and Marcus, he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe his eyes, and later he realised that Dom, he sacrificed himself for us, but man, it was just so heartbreaking. I will never forget that scene, to be honest with you. That scene still makes me upset to this day. And as you recall, shortly before Dom was actually killed, Dom actually gave his commando knife to Marcus to use to open a rusty pipeline and never took it back before he died. Fact number 8, Dom's gameplay model carries a combat knife attached to his chest armor, though he only uses it in the Gears of War novels and comics. This is the same knife he showed Maria after passing his commando training, and near the end of the war Dom gave that knife to Marcus as well, and Marcus actually keeps it after his death, and he uses that knife to kill Mira herself. Fact number 9, Dom's death had a profound impact on everyone. Marcus was obviously most affected because of what the two of them had gone through together. When Marcus reunited with Baird and Cole at Azora, Marcus informed the two of Dom's death, and both Baird and Cole, they were visibly distraught with Dom's death, with Cole temporarily losing his cool and swearing to avenge Dom's death. Like, you don't see the Cole train get angry often, you know, you don't see the Cole train snap. He's always in a good and energetic sort of mood, but when he found out that Dom died, that's when he snapped. So you could just see how much Dom meant to Marcus, to Cole, to Baird, to everyone. And then upon the activation of the emulsion countermeasure weapon, Marcus later used Dom's commando knife to kill Mira when he said, "That's from Dom and everyone else who killed you, bitch." So Marcus of course did get to avenge his brother Dom and everyone else who Queen Mira actually ended up killing. And fact number 10, following the end of the Lambent pandemic, Marcus honoured Dom's memory by giving his name to his son's middle initial, which is obviously James Dominic Fenix. Dom was also one of the many Gears honoured for their sacrifice by First Minister Jin in a ceremony 25 years after the Lambent pandemic. And at some point as well, Marcus also began growing tomato crops and showed a defensive attitude whenever they were threatened. So yeah, you gotta love it when Marcus's tomatoes get destroyed. But yeah, that's 10 facts about Dominic Santiago. This was quite a sad episode to create, to be honest with you, just because of how much Dom means to me and how much Dom would mean to you guys as well. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and comment down below what you think of Dominic Santiago, and don't forget to vote for the next Locust character on the community tab of my channel, and be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hope you guys have a nice day, and I will catch you on the next one.